Hello everyone, this is Madhavi Karamudi, Assistant Professor in CSE Department. In this lecture, we will talk about unions in C language. First of all, I'll explain what is the definition for union and what is the need of writing unions and syntax. Then I'll explain in detail about unions with example programs. First, let me explain the use of union. So first of all, union is a user-defined data type. Just like a structures in C language, here union is also a user-defined data type. For storing, we can store multiple elements in this union of different types. If you can see array is a collection of multiple data elements, but all those data elements are of similar type. But here, unlike arrays, union is a collection of different data types, collection of different type of data elements. So here, if you want to create the union in our programs, we need to use union keyword. And the main important use of creating this union is here, by using this union, we can efficiently reuse the memory locations. Okay, what is the meaning of this statement is in coming after seeing the example, you can realize how the memory will be efficiently used in this unions concept. Let me explain one example so that you can easily understand about that. See the syntax of the union. If you want to create a user-defined union data type, you just use the keyword union followed by name of the union and the members of the data elements. Whatever data elements you want to specify inside the union, you just write it. And after that, the union structure is closed with the curly braces and ends with the semicolon. And if you see one example, how to write the union is, here I have written structure, union structure or union for student type. So here, every student contains name, roll number and marks. So for storing the student information, I am creating one union. So if you can observe here, this union structure is ending with the semicolon. Okay, now see how the memory will be allocated for this union is, just like a structure, whenever you define the union structure, the memory will not be allocated. Whenever you create a variable of type union, then only the memory will be allocated for members of the union. So just like structures, whenever you declare a structure type or whenever you declare a structure or whenever you write a union, the memory will not be allocated. Whenever you create a variable of type union, then only the memory will be allocated. Now see the difference between the structure and union with this simple diagram. So if you want to create the structure, we need to use struct keyword. Struct, here I am creating employee structure with two variables x and y. X is of type character and y is of type floating point variable. So here, how the memory will be allocated for this structure, employee structure is, whenever you create a variable of type employee, then the memory will be allocated. So here, after curly braces, after the structure definition, here I am writing the E. So this E is a variable of type employee structure. So here, after creating this E variable, then only the memory will be allocated for this whole structure. So here, how much memory will be allocated for this structure is, here char x. So the x occupies 1 byte of memory space and y float occupies 4 bytes of memory space. So totally for this entire employee structure, 5 bytes of memory will be allocated, and each and every member shares and each and every member occupies its own memory locations. Okay, suppose at index 1000 the memory will be allocated for the structure, and 1000 to 1001, that 1 byte of memory space is given to the x variable, and 1000 to 1001 to 1003, that is 4 bytes of memory will be allocated for y variable. Totally 5 bytes of memory will be allocated for this structure variable E. If you can see unions, Here also same, whenever you write a union structure, the memory will not be allocated. Whenever you create a variable, then the memory will be allocated. But here, how the memory will be allocated is, here, out of these members of the union, whichever member takes highest memory, only with that memory size, the memory will be allocated for union variable. Suppose in this example, X occupies only 1 byte of memory, but Y occupies 4 bytes of memory, right? So which variable is occupied, or which member is taking more memory? Definitely it is Y. So the memory for this entire union is 4 bytes of memory will be allocated for this union variable E. Out of these 4 bytes of memory, these two members will share the same locations. So whenever you want to process the X, that X will be stored in this memory. And whenever you want to process Y, then we will remove the X. Automatically that X will be removed from that and Y will be stored into that memory. That means both the members and all the members of the union will share the same memory location. That is the main benefit of using the unions. So in case of unions, memory wastage will not be there. So commonly it will allocate the memory. That same memory will be allocated or shared by all the members of the union variable. Okay. So here if you see in this example, how much memory will be allocated for this E variable is 4 bytes of memory will be allocated. So that 4 bytes will be shared by both X and Y variable. So you can clearly understand with one more example. In coming slide I'll explain. See, you just read that statement. Union shares the single reserved space for all its memories. Only one member can be accessed at a time. Just now I told you, here the memory will not be allocated for union members separately. Only one location or one space will be reserved for the union members. All the union members will share the same memory space. And if you want to access the members of the union, all the members we can't access at a time, only one by one we can access at a time. So every member of the union has the same address, but every member of the structure has a different address. This is the main difference between structure and the union if you consider memory requirement. Okay, now see one more example. Here I have created an employee structure, and here I have created union, employee union or employee record, right? So here in employee structure, I am creating, I am storing ID number, name, for a name as 30 character size name, and salary. Okay, so in the employee union also same members. Now see how much memory allocated for this employee structure is. For int ID number, it will take 4 bytes of memory. And for name is of type character. So for each character occupies only 1 byte of memory. But here I am taking the name size as 30. So 30 bytes of memory will be allocated for name member. And salary is of type float. So for salary, it will allocate 4 bytes of memory. Totally 38 bytes of memory will be allocated for this entire structure. But if you come into the union, ID takes 4 bytes only, name takes 30 bytes only, salary takes 4 bytes only. But which member takes more memory? Name variable or name member. So with that size, it will create the memory. It will create the memory with 30 bytes of space. Same memory location will be accessed. Same memory location will be shared by these 3 members of the union. Okay. Separate, if you observe the structure, for each and every member, the memory will be allocated separately. But in case of union, for all the members commonly, one memory space will be allocated. The same location will be shared by all the members. Okay. So here the memory will be reused. Reusability will be possible with the case of unions. Let us see how to create the union variables. Just now I told you, once you define the union structure, the memory will not be allocated. Once you create a variable of type union, then only the memory will be allocated. Okay, so see one example. Here I am creating the union of type student. Inside the main method, I am creating variables, two variables of type union student. Okay, so how we can declare the integer variables like int a comma int b or int a comma b. Similarly, for user defined data types also we will create the variables in the same manner. Like there we will use directly data type int, but here it is a user defined data type. So these two words we need to use collectively. Union student, this is user defined data type. So for this data type we are creating the, with this data type we are creating the two variables s1 and s2. So the meaning of the statement is we are creating two variables s1 and s2 of type student union. Okay, so this is the one way of creating the variables for the union, and this is another way of creating the unions variables for the union. Now let us see how to access the members of the union. So here actually we have two different ways for accessing the members of the union. By using one way is by using dot operator, and another way is by using a pointer operator. Just similar to the structure members, here also the union members will be accessed by using either dot operator or by using pointer operator. Now let me explain how to access those members using one example. So in the previous slide, I have shown you the structure, union, student union. In that, just assume that there is a member age. Suppose if you want to print the age, then how to access that member? By using the variable of that union. So there I have created two variables s1 and s2. Now I decided to use that member by using s2. So s2 dot age. Suppose if you want to access those members using pointer operator, first of all we need to create the variable, then we need to create the pointer variable of type union structure, then we need to address the assign address of s2 to pointer variable, then using this pointer variable we can access the age. Okay, so in this way we can access the members of the union. We'll see an example program how to create a union and how to assign the values for the union members and how to access the union members with simple example. Just see this example. So here I am creating student union or student record. In that student record I am creating a roll number of type short int, and gender of type character, and percentage I am storing of type float. Now inside the main method I am creating two variables of type student union. Okay, s1 and s2. So whenever I create s1, the memory will be allocated for s1, means the memory will be allocated for the union, student union. In that memory, which member will take the highest memory, with that size the memory will be allocated. Here roll number is of type short, so it will take 2 bytes. Gender is of type character, it will take 1 byte. Percentage is of type float, it will take 4 bytes. That means which member is taking more memory? Percentage member. Okay, so for this, whenever I create a S1 object, 4 bytes of memory will be reserved for this union members, and each time we can store only one member in that memory location. Suppose if you are storing roll number, if you decided to use roll number, you just store roll number in that memory, then access that roll number. Or if you want to access percentage, store only percentage, then access the percentage. But at a time we cannot put all 3 numbers into that memory location because it will not be sufficient in that memory location, right? So you see here, Here I am creating, I am storing, I decided to assign some values to this roll number of S1 variable. Okay, so S1 dot roll number equal to some roll number. Okay, now that means in that 4 bytes, now we are storing roll number, right? Now you can, if you want to access that roll number or if you want to print that roll number, you just access it by using dot operator. S1 dot roll number, you just print that roll number. Okay, suppose if you want to use gender. Now try to access the gender, automatically this record, previous record will be removed from that memory location and this gender record will be placed in that memory location. Okay, so here for this gender I am assigning M and I am accessing that gender and I am printing that gender by using S1 dot gender. Now what is the value that is there in the union memory? Gender. Okay, now I decided to use percentage. So whenever you assign the statement like this, automatically the gender will be removed from that memory and the percentage will be stored into that memory. That means at a time only one member we can store in that memory. All the elements we cannot store. That is the reason why at a time I am assigning value for only one member. But in case of structures, we can assign all the values for all the members at once. But here it is not possible because only one member can be stored at any time. Okay. So at a time I am initializing only one member and immediately I am accessing that member. Now I am assigning the value for the gender, then immediately I am accessing that variable. After that I am assigning the value to the percentage, then I am accessing it. Okay. But assigning all these values for all these three members at once is not possible. Okay. So this is one student details. Second, student details. If you observe here, I am creating one more variable of type S2. So for this S2 also, I want to show whether is it possible to assign values for all the members of the union at once or not. So here I am taking one more variable S2. I am initializing value to a roll number of S2. After that I am initializing gender for S2. I am initializing percentage to S2. All at a time I am initializing. And at a time I am trying to print all those values. So definitely this is illegal in unions. At a time we can store value for only one member. And at a time we can access only one member from the union. We cannot access all three members at a time. Suppose if you try to access like this, it will not display the exact values of roll number and gender. It will display only default values because here roll number is of type integer. So the default type for integer is 0. So it will store. First it will roll number. It will store. Roll number will be stored into that memory location. After that, that roll number will be removed and gender will be stored. After that, whenever you try to access this one, that the gender will be removed from that memory, percentage will be stored into the memory. Okay. So right now, if you try to access roll number, right now in the memory location, we have only percentage. If you try to access this roll number, it will not display any value. So instead of displaying any value, it will display 0. Like it is default value. The exact value we cannot get because right now the percentage is there in the memory. Okay. Now if you try to access the gender, it will not display anything. But character is, gender is of type character. Instead of displaying anything, simply it will display the single space. Okay. Now if you try to print the percentage, it will print the percentage. It will print the percentage on the screen because so first we are storing roll number. When you try to store gender, automatically roll number will be removed from that memory. Gender will be stored. If you try to store percentage, automatically gender will be removed from the memory and the percentage will be stored in the memory. Now if you try to access roll number, it will not get anything. If you try to access gender, it will not display anything. But if you try to access percentage, it will display the percentage because Only the percentage is available in the memory right now. So this is about the unions. So from this program, what we can understand here is, if it is a union, all the data members of the union will share the same memory location. That is the reason why at a time for only one member we can assign the value, and at a time only one member we can access the access from the union. But for all the members we can't access we can't assign the values. Now see in the next statement, I am trying to print the size of the union S1, size of the union S1. Now see what is the, you just guess what is the size of this union. So here roll number is taking 2 bytes of memory space. Gender will take 1 byte of memory space. Float, percentage is of type float, so it will take 4 bytes of memory space. So how much memory will be allocated totally for this union? Highest memory is for float. So only 4 bytes of memory will be allocated for this entire union. That 4 bytes will be shared by these 3 members, right? So just for showing, or just for knowing how much memory is allocated for this S1 object, I have written size of operator for finding the size allocated for the union S1, union variable S1. Just try to execute this program and observe the output. I'm just copying this program. Okay, so instead of executing it in the Ubuntu OS, I'm trying to show this output in the online compiler itself. Okay, I have just copied that program here. Just click on run button. It is trying to compiling the program and it is giving the output. Now see the output here. First, we are storing the value for, if you see the program and output parallelly, you can understand. See, with S1, first I am assigning the value 1201. Then immediately I am accessing roll number. So it is printing roll number here, printed roll number here. Now I am assigning value M for gender. Whenever you assign value M for gender, automatically this roll number will be removed from that memory, gender will be stored. Now I am trying to access the gender variable. Now it is displaying M. Now in immediately next statement, I am assigning value for the percentage. Automatically the gender will be removed from the memory. The percentage will be stored into the memory. Now here I am trying to print the percentage. So it is displaying the percentage here, right? Now in next statement, continuously one after the other, I am assigning the values for all the members of the union. You just see. First I am assigning value for roll number. Okay. So after that I am trying to store value for gender. Automatically roll number value will be removed from the memory. Gender will be stored into the memory. Now I am assigning value for the percentage. Automatically the gender will be removed from the memory. Percentage will be stored into the memory now. Now I am trying to access roll number. Which is there in the memory now? Lastly access to one, that is percentage. If you try to print the roll number, it is giving 0. So why it is giving 0 is just the default. Instead of printing null value, it is just printing the default value of the integer. Because roll number is of type integer, so the default value for integer is 0. So it is just printing 0. Okay, but actual value is 1202. It is not printing that value because percentage is there in the memory. Now I am trying to print the gender. So here gender, here we are not getting any gender value here. Initially it is F, but it is not displaying anything. Reason is percentage is there in the memory. So instead of giving the error, it is displaying simple space. So gender is of type character. So that is the reason why default value of that character type will be displayed on the screen. Now I am trying to print the percentage. Well, percentage is there in the memory. So what is the percentage is here? 80.5. So that 80.5 is displaying on the screen, right? In next printf statement, I am trying to find out the size for S1. So what is the size of this union? 4 bytes of space. Okay, so it is displaying union size of the union is 4 bytes. Okay, This is about unions. Now just see the similarities between union and structure. So of course there are a lot of similarities between union and structure, but if you can see the memory consideration, definitely these two are completely different. First of all, the structure and union both are the user defined data type. We can use these two structures, structure and union, for storing different type of data elements with single name. Okay, and the members of the objects, their members can be objects of any type, including other structures or including arrays. That means inside a union, we can store the members as a union type or array type or any kind of structure type. So inside the structure also, all the members are of any kind of data elements. And the structures and unions can be passed just like a value as a parameter. Okay, and both the members in structure as well as in the union, the memory will be, both the members will be accessed by using the dot and pointer operator only. Now see the differences. These are all the similarities between structure and union. Now coming to the differences between structure and union. So here the first difference is a structure will be created by using struct keyword and a union will be created by using union keyword. And second difference is, if you find the size for the size of structure and union, definitely in the case of structure, for all the members the memory will be allocated. That means the memory will be allocated more than union. But in case of union, the memory will not be allocated for all the members. The memory will be allocated for only the member which takes highest size. Only that memory will be shared by all the memory locations. So compared to structure, union takes less memory. Okay, and if you see the structure, for each and every member, the memory will be allocated in the structure. But in case of union, the memory will not be allocated for individual members. The memory will be allocated for only one member, and all the members will share the same memory. Okay. Now, if you see one more difference, if every member is having its own memory location, if you change any one of the member value, that will not affect the other members. But here in case of union, if all the members will share the same memory, that is the reason why if you change any one of the member value, automatically the same change will be reflected in the other variable, other member also. Okay, because all the members will share the same memory. Okay. Now see one more difference. In case of structures, if you want, you can access all the members, individual members at a time. But in case of union, at a time we can access only one member from the union. Because at a time we can store only one member in the union memory. That is the reason why at a time we can access only one member from the union. But in case of structures, we can access all the members at a time. Okay. Now, last difference between the structure and union is, so multiple members of a structure can be initialized at once. Suppose if your structure contains 4 data members, for all 4 data members, we can allocate the memory at once and we can assign the values at once. But in the case of union, that will not be possible. At a time, we can assign value for only one member. These are all the major differences between structures and union. Hope you guys understood what is a union and what is the difference between structure and union, and what are the similarities between union and structure, and hope you people also understood how to write the program using union and how to access the members of the union. So in coming classes, I'll discuss more about C concepts. So with this, I'm closing the session. So thank you one and all. So if you like this video, please follow this channel, subscribe for more updates. Thank you.